Hey guys, CodyBo3 here, and welcome to the first ever episode of Luck of the Draw Squad Builder on FIFA 13. Now, the idea for the series is that I'll open a couple of packs, take the highest rated player from each of the packs, and build a team around those players. I'll then do a complete review of the squad, going through each and every single player, and then I'll finish the episode off with the countdown of the top 3 best players in the team. So let's get straight into it and open the packs. Now, I will be going for two 7,500 coin gold packs, because I want to get some good players. I want to have a beastly gold team, and you'll see in the first pack we do get Barzagli. Now, he is a centre back who plays with Juventus, and he is Italian, plays in the Serie A. And guys, you'll see there that he does have the formation 4-4-2, and what I do is I take one of the two formations and build the team using that formation. So whether it be 4-4-2 or whatever the player is in the next pack, whatever his formation is, I'll choose one of them formations and then use that to build the team. It just makes it a bit more exciting rather than using my own formation, because that would get quite boring. But you'll see in the second pack we do get a rare 76 player, but he is not the highest rated player. You'll see there Anderson is the highest rated player. He is 77 overall. He beats the rest of them just by one, and we got him in a 4-3-2-1. He is a Manchester United Brazilian centre midfielder, and what we're going to do is we're just going to store the rest of them in the club, redeem them coins, and we're going to take a look at some of the players that I actually bought for the team, just to give you guys a taste of what's to come really with the team. And you see there we got a Benzema. We picked him up for 60k. He is the French striker who plays at Real Madrid. Quite a bit to pay for a player, but hey, I said I'd go all out for the first episode, why not? And you see we also got Buffon for 50,000, so we are spending quite a bit on some players, and this is just I suppose giving you a teaser for what is in store when I go through the squad. Also, we got Hulk there in a 4-4-2 right mid for 36k, which wasn't bad at all, and also Nasri, the absolute beast, there for 43k. So that is just a little taste of the players, and you'll see coming up here is the layout for the team. We've put in the two players that we got in the packs, and what we're going to do now is just go through the whole team and review each and every single player, starting with the goalkeeper. So that is Buffon in goals, and what you will see coming up on the screen is some clips of I suppose his best moments throughout the games that I played. Also, you'll see up there is the average rating. That is something new for Luck of the Draw, and basically what I did was add up all their ratings over the 15 games, which is all the games that I played for this episode, and then I divided it by 15 to get their average rating. So a 7.7 is very good for a keeper, and he was just immense for me. He has great stats. He's great in one-on-one situations. His 89 diving and his 86 reflexes stands to him so well, because he pulls out saves that you just don't expect from a keeper, and he was definitely one of my favorite players in the team, and one of the best goalkeepers I've probably played with on Ultimate Team this year. Next up anyways, we have Rafael, the little Brazilian beast, and he was immense. You'll see there he's got great pace, 84 pace in total. He's also quite good on the ball, as you can see there. His dribbling is very good. His tackle is surprisingly good. You wouldn't think it for a little small little right back that he is, but he was a great player, one of my favorite players, and I know I said that about the first two players, but the two of them were amazing. Next up we have Lucio. He doesn't go for all that much. He did transfer from Inter Milan to Juventus, so that's what he's playing at in this game. His pace does let him down, it must be said, only 66 pace, but he's big, he's strong, and again he gets stuck into tackles. I really enjoyed playing with him. The only criticism I would have is the pace, because if your opponent has a couple of 90 pace strikers, Lucio is gonna get outpaced 9 out of 10 times. You'll see there, but he does have a rocket of a shot that he scored there. Overall, a pretty good player, not one of the best, not like Rafael and Buffon, I suppose, who I was praising so highly, but a good overall centre back. Next up we have the first player from the packs, and that is Barzagli. He had an average rating of 7.0, which was a good bit lower, I suppose, than Lucio, but again guys, he was definitely outshone by Lucio in the centre back department. Both of them are quite slow, as you can see there. His pace isn't the greatest. Barzagli definitely isn't worth the money that you would end up paying for him. There is a lot better alternatives, and if you wanted a good centre back Italian from the Serie A, just save your money up and get Chiellini, because Barzagli just isn't worth the price whatsoever. He is decent at tackling, but other than that he does get caught out of position quite a bit, and in one-on-one situations he's just not the best. He'll get outpaced 9 times out of 10, just like Lucio. But next up we have Clichy at a left back, and look at that pace, 89, which is absolutely ridiculous. I actually did enjoy him. He was an unsung hero for a large majority of these games. He just goes about his business quietly, but his dribbling is great. He's a lot like Raphael in the fact he does have a high attacking work rate and medium defensive work rate, and sometimes that can work for him when he's going forward, but other times it can work against him in the fact that he does get caught out of position, which is probably my only one criticism of Clichy. But overall, his pace and his just overall skills is amazing. I think he does have 3-star skills like Raphael, but that may not be true. He may have 2-star skills. I didn't check that fully. But anyways, we'll move on and check out our left midfielder, who is Nzogby, plays with Aston Villa. He is another French Barclays Premier League player, and he was actually alright. Again, I always prefer to play these attacking midfielders, well, these wide attacking midfielders, as wingers, so in left wing or right wing rather than in left mid, because I find that they're just not as effective in that left mid and right mid position, especially with the fact he is quite a lazy player. He has I think it's medium attack work rate and low defensive work rate, so he doesn't do all that much really. I could be wrong about that work rate, I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but one thing he does have going for him is his pace. Look at that, 90 pace, and his dribbling is very, very good as well. But overall an average player, but definitely worth the coins because he is very, very cheap. Next up we have Nasri, and he was immense. Definitely one of the best players in the team. His passing is superb, as you guys all know. His finishing is amazing for a midfielder. He gets forward quite a bit and it does leave a gap. That would probably be, again, my only criticism is how many attacking players I did have in this team, right from the defenders to the strikers. But he did score some good goals for me and I loved playing with them. Great player, great shot. His dribbling is insane. His passing, just, I couldn't speak more highly of Nasri. Definitely worth the coins. 43,000 is an absolute steal for how good he was. You see his average rating was 8.0, and that was just great. That was one of the highest in the team. Loved playing with him, and a great centre midfielder. Next up we have the second of the players from the packs, and that is Anderson. He is a non-rare Barclays Premier League player, and again, not the greatest. I'm not going to say he's in any way immense. I think he's got 3-star skills. He has a medium attack work rate, medium defensive work rate, so he does kind of hover around the centre of midfield, which is good in terms of the fact that Nasri does get forward quite a bit. But again, he goes missing in games, and sometimes you wonder, is Anderson even on the pitch? But he is indeed. Pace is fairly average. Overall, a very, very average player, but again, his price is very cheap, so if you wanted to pick him up, he wouldn't be one of the worst players that I've ever played with, but again, not one of the best. Next up we have Hulk in right midfield, and again, like in Zogbia, he is that attacking wide player, and I would have loved to have played him in a wide role. So in right wing would have been the perfect position. You see there, he does have 90 pace, and that definitely does show when he's bombing down the line. His shot power is insane. Some of the shots he pulls out are just absolute rockets, and his dribbling is quite good as well. Again, I don't think he's as good as he was in FIFA 12. I think they brought him down quite a bit in terms of how beastly he was in FIFA 12, but probably not worth the 35k or whatever he goes for now. But again, a fairly average player, but I would have loved to have played him a right wing. It could have been a different story. Anyways, our first striker is Wellington, and I couldn't speak more highly of this player. He scored 24 goals in 15 games for me. His pace, insane. His shot, insane. Everything is insane about this kid. He is just great. Some of the goals he scored for me were fantastic. It says his dribbling is, what is it there? I think 75 or 76. But he feels like so much more. Just everything about him is insane. His dribbling is amazing. I know I've said insane about a million times. Excuse me for that. It's just the one word to describe Wellington would be that. And you'll see he has the most delicate chip in the game, as you've seen earlier. And also, he's just, his positioning is great. He's always in the right place at the right time to get, I suppose, that over the top through ball. And his pace just brings him the rest of the way. And his shot is ridiculous. Great, great player. And I love playing with him. And our second striker there is Benzema Karim, and for 60k, not worth it whatsoever. Wellington made him look like an absolute fool. Well, not a fool, but he definitely outshone him. He's distinctively average. Like Wellington, he does have 4-star skills and 4-star weak foot. But again, I didn't enjoy playing with him. I suppose I expected a lot more from, and I didn't expect as much from Wellington. And Wellington scored 4 times as much goals. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I thought of my strike pair. But Benzema, not bad. Just didn't enjoy playing with him. I'm not going to lie, lads. I'm not going to just sugarcoat it and say he's very good. Sometimes, I suppose whatever team you're playing with, sometimes it differs from team to team. But with this team, I just don't think he fitted the bill good whatsoever, but he did actually score a nice little volley there. But again, not worth it, even though he did have an average rating of 8.0. Anyways, you'll see there that my record on the left hand side: played 15, won 13, lost 2, scored 47, only conceded 14, and my average team rating was 7.6. Everyone does have 9 chem, just to show you there, and my top goal scorer is Wellington with 24 goals, and that is the cost of my team, 235k on Xbox. It might be a bit more on the PS3, but anyways, there is only one thing left to do in this episode, and that is count down the top 3 best players in the team. So in at number 3, we have none other than our right back, Raphael. And the reason why he's in there is because I think he was a massive shock for me. I don't factor in only just the average rating. I also factor in how they played, how much they impressed me, how much they really shocked me, and I suppose a value for money. I do factor in a lot of things when I determine this top 3. But again, he was amazing for me. He does have 3-star skills, I think, and also I think he might have 4-star weak foot. I don't know why that would be useful for a right back. He does have 84 pace, and I think it was more about his tackling which really impressed me. You see there, he just gets stuck in and he just takes the ball off players with such ease, and his dribbling is very, very good here. As you can see here, he even goes on a bit of a run and he lays it back for Lucio, and Lucio rockets one home. But Raphael definitely worthy of that number 3 spot in the countdown. But let's move swiftly on and move on to number 2, and that was none other than Gianluigi Buffon. And I did have him in a previous squad builder, my only squad builder to date on FIFA 13, but I found he played so much better. That diving is insane. His reflexes are ridiculous. I could count maybe about 10 times where he saved me in one-on-one situations. You'll just see a handful of them situations right now. But amazing player. His reflexes are ridiculous. Like, see how quickly he got down to that. Not many keepers can do that in the game, and he is one of the best keepers in Ultimate Team this year. His speed isn't the best, but that doesn't really matter for a keeper. You'll know from a Steck having he had very low speed last year, but he was a beast. And Buffon this year, even though he is quite dear, he's definitely worth every single penny, because the amount of times he will pull you out of a hole. And to be honest, if I didn't have Buffon in the team, I'm gonna say I would have conceded about 30 goals instead of just the 14 I did, because you see the amount of times he just got me out of trouble. But anyways, we'll move on and basically introduce the number 1. I got lost for words there. And Wellington is a person who can make you lose your words. See, I'm even doing it again because he's just so amazing. Like, everything about him. He does have 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, and that is amazing to have in a striker. That's all you really need. You only need the 5-star if you want to do the Rabona and a couple other things. But you see here, even the Berba spin there works, and his goals were insane. 24 goals in 15 games. He was the reason I won a lot of them games, and his average rating there, 8.7. That was the highest by a mile on the team. And even his heading is great. It says up there he only has, I think that's 78, might be 75. I can't really read that all that well. But he was just amazing. His finishing is superb. His pace is great. His dribbling is fantastic. Everything about Wellington is immense. He only goes for about 7 or 8k, and that was in a 4-4-2, but you probably get him cheaper in other formations. But he is worth every single penny, and he only costs pretty much a tenth of the price of Benzema, and I think he is better than Benzema, to be honest, from playing with the two of them in my team. But that is pretty much it for this episode. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. But that is it for me. I'll see you next time.